Okay. Hi, gang. It's been a minute. Um, as always, I'm gonna wait for confirmation on the sound before I get too far into this. I'm gonna be eating a little bit. I hope that doesn't bother you too much. But look, I'm fucking busy. Hell yeah, dude. Tight. Thanks for being here, gang. Okay, yes, I am in the middle of, well, okay, I had 3 pet sitting gigs this weekend. I'm done with 2 of them, and I'm in the middle of the 3rd one. So, uh, I haven't had a lot of time to eat. Okay, so I'm trying to be better about that. But trying to be better about that. So I have my leftovers from lunch and a protein shake. So please just excuse me for my various mouth sounds. I know it's not fun. um, yeah, dude, you know what it is. Pig destroyer shit. We got the kid throwing a Molotov at the fucking cops. Um, and what else? I got pulled over a year ago and I was wearing this shirt. And I was like, oops. I gotta tell you though, I'm not technically white, but white passing privilege goes crazy. Like the fact that I could get away with wearing this shirt on an expired tag or inspection sticker or something. I think it was the inspection. And I didn't get a ticket. So like I'm just saying. The white passing Latinx privilege goes crazy. I'm like self-conscious about eating this because I don't want to be like chewing and shit. Okay, let's catch up on chat. Pig Destroyer shirt spotted, you know what it is. Also, I think I finally am happy with my mic placement. I have been torturously shifting it around all over the place ever since I got this new microphone. I think I finally have it where I like it, where it's actually kind of close to my face. It's not super in the way of my hands. It's not blocking any of my screens. It's not blocking my shirt. It's not blocking my decorations. I had a lot of shit that I was not happy about. I don't know if you can hear Bigwig crying in the background. He will probably get let in once I'm done eating because he cannot be trusted. But also, I haven't really been home much, so I don't want to. I want him to have some quality time, and then he'll probably get kicked out when he decides to be terrible. I did all this like cool shit with my eyeliner, and you can't even see it because of my glasses. Hold on, hold on. And my hair, you see that? All right, it's appreciated. It's on camera. We're back to this, I guess. Um, Sounds good. Good to see you. It's good to see you too. I just found out you did some work on the Noriko's Dinner Table Blu-ray. How did you end up working with New Wave? John, who runs the company, is a friend of mine, and he just kind of messaged me. I think I'm pretty sure he reached out to me, and he was like, "Hey, it's crazy that you're not on any features yet because you're like really good at this." And he um just offered me this title, and I just said I'm at the point in my special features career where I'll say yes to anything because I'm trying to build a portfolio, and I'm not at the point where I have so many jobs that I like literally can't do all of them. So I was like, whatever you got, I'll do it. Were you worried about doing something on a Sono movie? I love some of his movies, even if he's a horrible person. I've been canceled like fucking 3 times already, so I'm not too worried about it. But also, I mean, like maybe a little bit, just because that's already happened, and I don't want it to be like a thing where it's like, oh, of course this person's doing this. Like, but like I'm just kind of at the point I don't give a shit, dude. Like, like people's art can speak on its own terms. And like, I don't think that people doing bad things means that we shouldn't be like engaging in scholarship on their art or whatever the case may be. And also, like, I'm gonna keep it real. Like, I looked into some of the stuff that he's accused of, and like, it doesn't seem as clear cut as maybe I was led to believe. Like, I thought it was like this big thing, the way that some people were talking about it when the announcement came out on, Blue Sky or whatever. And I looked into it and I was like, is that it? And it's also like not super cut and dry. Like it's, it's sort of a hearsay type situation or a he said she said type situation. And like that's a whole can of worms. I'm not getting into it right now. But like I'm just gonna say that when I looked into it, I was not super impressed with the level of evidence and the gravity of the accusations and this, that, and the other. Like I think from what I remember, worst case is he made a mistake and did some bad things. I don't think that makes him a horrible person. Like I'm really trying to get away from that black and white thinking. I'm not calling you out. Like if you feel that way, that's fine. You're free to feel that way. But I just think people are more nuanced and it's more black and white than just like X person is a horrible person. Unless they're like a Nazi, And I mean this in like how people like people's personal lives or like, when we start adjudicating like things that they've done or behaviors and stuff, like it gets really messy. But like if you're out here just being a Nazi on fucking Maine, like okay, I'm not working with that. I'm not doing that. I would probably do it for like on Reconnected we had a whole conversation about what's that Nazi bitch's name? Lenny Rifle, whatever the fuck. She did the propaganda videos. I would do a visual essay on that. Because she's dead. Who gives a shit? Like um I I sort of I think we can analyze the work of dead Nazis, and like make sure that scholarship is out there that contextualizes this stuff and like works towards preventing it from happening in the future and stuff like that. That being said, who's a modern person that's like a fucking Nazi making movies? It's really not as prevalent in movies as it is in music, so I can't think of any off the top of my head, but that would be something I would be uncomfortable with. That is the thing. That is a hard line for me. Like if somebody's like overtly, I mean, probably if they're like super, super transphobic too, I probably wouldn't want to like contribute to their work and like boost their image and stuff like that. So like with that kind of thing, it's more nuanced. I'm way less tolerant of bigotry than I am of like people's personal indiscretions because like I don't think people just wake up one day and decide to be evil and like hurt other people most of the time. Like there's usually it's like more nuanced than that. Sometimes they do, but like I don't know, man. There's it's complicated. That was the whole thing. I got accosted on the street by a religious dude wearing an I Hate God patch on my jacket once. Many such cases. I don't know that I've ever been like harassed for like what I was wearing. Maybe I'm too tall or something. People don't want to fuck with me. I look too intimidating. Even though I don't think I look intimidating at all. I'm like very like shrimpy and feminine and soft. Like I don't know that that's or maybe it's just Richmond. I don't know. Maybe if I pulled up in my hometown in dying fetus shirt, somebody would have a problem with that, or like or like my nun slaughter shirt or something like that. Somebody would have a problem with that. I have an Iranian name. I would never get away with that shirt. No, for sure. That's like what I'm saying. Like I think I'm pretty visibly queer, but other than that, like, and I don't think I think I was like not wearing any makeup that day or whatever. So like, the guy was probably like, oh, just some fag or whatever. So like, other than that, like, my name is not particularly, you know, is not necessarily going to give anything away. My government name at least. And yeah, I don't know. That I do like it's important to recognize the privileges that we do have and as well as recognizing the disadvantages that we have, the oppressions that we face, right? It's important to hold both of those things. Um the cat is innocent of all accusations. That's true. That's true. I don't know how to feel about it. I basically agree with you, Reese, so no. I'm glad. Um I don't know. I think we just got to be more nuanced about this stuff. You know, it is what it is. If we're just gonna fucking throw away every single person that's caused harm or made a mistake, like, you know, there's not a lot I like about Jesus, but let he who is without sin, that was a banger, you know, and that's real shit, you know, like. Once you start fucking policing everybody all the goddamn time, it's just like, I don't know, man. You're not gonna have a lot of people left. It's important to contextualize it for future generations, for sure. Okay, let me get my shit pulled up. I get mixed up for Latino all the time, but Persian, both options are basically targets. I mean, anything other than, if you read anything other than white, they're gonna fuck with you, you know? Or they're gonna think that you're up to nefarious, whatever the fuck, or they're gonna, like, the unconscious bias is gonna show up in some capacity, you know? That's just how it is when you live in a white supremacist fucking country and world, you know? I don't think I'm saying anything too controversial. I guess depending on who you ask, I don't know, man. It's rough out here. The fucking fascists and right wingers and the culture war bullshit taking over all the goddamn time, you know? What can you do? Anyway, go listen to Pig Destroyer. They rip. They're a semi-local band to me. I think they're Virginia Beach. Pig Destroyer. Let me look them up. I've seen them a couple times. They're so good. I've seen them 3 times actually. I saw them do Prowler in the Yard the whole way through. Alexandria. I was like, are they actually Nova? Nova derogatory. Yeah, Pig Destroyer rips. Check that shit out. What just happened? Sorry, yo, my shit is fucking up. I'm an Iranian American that works for an Israeli company. Imagine that with everything that's going on. Yikes. What's that like, if you don't mind me asking? I mean, I can't imagine you love Israel. Maybe I'm wrong. We hate Israel on this program, on this stream. I despise Israel, but like Israel, the United States, all fucking stooges of genocide and empire, like absolutely not. Fucking England, none of y'all are off the hook. You know what I'm saying? Like, but like, yeah, dude, that's crazy. It's fucked up. You don't have to share if it's like a whole thing. But yeah. What else? Should I start eating? I feel really self-conscious about it, but I have to. Like, I have to eat. I hate the Iranian regime because I lived under it and it's just straight up fascism, but I also don't want Israel and Iran at all. That's the thing, right? Like, I think we can say both of those things and it's not that hard. There's a lot of like black and white thinking where it's like, oh, but the Iranian regime is like theocratic, you know, what it's like, yeah. And like, and so what? Does that mean we just get to roll up to every fucking country whose like government we don't like and start bombing children? Like, it's not like we're fucking gonna do anything about it afterwards, right? And it's like the reason for it is completely transparent. Like, it's not like we're doing it for Iranian liberation at all. We're doing it for fucking oil and empire and money and flexing our muscles in the fucking region, and so Trump can fucking, you know, feel like his dick is big and all this stupid bullshit. Like, I just want Iranians to be free. I want all fucking Arab peoples to be free. I mean, it's fucking awful. Like, all the time. Like, free Palestine, free Iran, free Sudan, free all the fucking, free the Congo. I'm getting past just Arabs at this point, but like, dude. And that's not even to say about any of the fucking shit going on in our country, but like the victims of American empire, like, it's so bad. Anyway, I know some people don't like it when I get political, but I think those people are outweighed by the people who are here because I'm unafraid to be like that. Iranians aren't Arabs, though we are far from Arab, but I know what you meant. I'm sorry, that is my bad. What is the correct terminology there that I should use instead? That's genuine ignorance on my part. Okay, let's see. I hate the Iranians. Want Iran to be free. The only way to have an actual revolution is to arm the people of Iran and let them change the regime. I mean, yeah. The war isn't doing a damn thing but destroying Iran. I mean, yeah, I agree. um, Persians. My bad. My bad, gang. I totally could have been like, oh, I misspoke. That's what I meant. But no, I don't know everything, right? I'm a, I'm a towering fucking mountain of ignorance. It is what it is, you know? Iranians are just Iranians. Most of Iran are Persians like myself. However, we prefer to just be called Iranians since there are other cultures in Iran, Turks, Armenians, Kurds, etc. That makes sense. That makes sense. Canceled again. Yep, go ahead. Hit another one. Put another one on the docket for me, all right? I'm really bad at lying. I don't know if y'all noticed that. That's a thing about me is like I could like like I fucked up this morning dog sitting. Um and I totally could have tried to play it. I was just like, I fucked up. I'm sorry. Like I'm bad at it. I didn't hurt a dog or anything. I like it was late. Many such cases. Um did we lose me? Did we lose me? Let me go plug my shit in. Let me hardwire this. I forgot to do that. Hashtag BRB. All right, hopefully that helps. Um, what am I doing? What was I saying? Oh, I'm gonna be real for a second because we have more. Hello? Are we good? Are we good? Jesus. All right, I'm gonna be real for a second. The fucking arbitrariness of race and ethnicity and nationality and it doesn't make sense to me, to be completely honest. Like, it's all a social construct, all right? It's all kind of made up, right? That's not to say it's not real, but it is made up, right? In the same way that money is very real, but we also made it up, right? Um, it's all very strange and arbitrary to me, and it doesn't make a lot of sense to me, to be completely honest. And so I get confused with categorizations and things like that often. That's just me being radically vulnerable with you all. Um, um, um. Are we back? Hello? Okay. What I don't like about that is that I have no idea. Like, I genuinely have no idea why. Um, I just refreshed it on my end and it came back. I don't know what the fuck happened, but that's annoying. Sorry about that, y'all. I hope it doesn't happen again, but yeah, we lost hella viewers. I'm not sure if that's just because I'm ranting right now. We've just been going 30 minutes on geopolitics and race and stuff of that nature, but I don't know, maybe they'll come back when we actually talk about movies or whatever the fuck, you know. It is what it is. Um okay. Uh Bigwig Astral projected to mess with the tech. You're so right. He would do that. He would do that kind of thing, to be honest. Um uh what do we got going on? Okay. I missed a couple tips that came in, which is pretty fucking cool. That was pretty fucking cool of you all. I guess a while ago, while I wasn't streaming, Sasha, my friend Sasha, friend of the channel, patron, etc., um, put in a request for a review of the Doom generation, which, like, fuck yeah, I'll do that. Let's run that back. Did that not work? Hello? I'm trying to get the fucking Godzilla not working. Yo, why is my shit not working today? If I end the stream, I'm just going to have to call this VOD like ranting about American Empire for 30 minutes, and then the rest of it can actually be the rest. But why is this not working? Does this one work? Help me out. Godzilla did not work. Do you hear the sound? Because sometimes the sound doesn't work. Or the sound does and the visual doesn't. Hmm. That's uh um maybe let's try no sound or visual. Thank you. I appreciate your help. Wait, did I delete it? Is that what happened? Hold on. Hold on. That's there, that's there. Sorry, y'all. Just kind of troubleshooting right now. I think it just fucking deleted from my shit, and I have no idea why. You heard a sound. Okay. Interesting. Sorry, y'all. This might not be very interesting. It's not that one. It's not that one. It's not that one. It's not that one. Okay, I think I know what the problem is, but I have no idea why this happened. This must have happened while I was... I think I understand what happened here. Okay. No. I know, they fucking shut my shit down. What is this? Okay. I see what happened. There it is. Okay. Now I'm gonna rename this so I don't lose it again. I think I understand what happened. And then let me add it back over here. Yep, there it is. Okay. Oh, there's a chime. So that's what that did. Okay, I understand now. Thank you for that. I appreciate that. Okay. Fucking amateur hour over here. Sorry, y'all. All right. Okay, it's in the wrong spot, but it worked. Hopefully you heard the sound too. Tight. Okay. Thank you, Sasha. Appreciate you. Yes, I'll do the Doom generation. Absolutely. It would be my pleasure. I've been meaning to watch that shit anyway, so that would be pretty cool. And then seen it and heard it. Fuck yeah. Real professional shit over here. All right, I am so sorry, Plastic Chuck, that yours didn't go through because my shit deleted or whatever. Well, then now let's run yours. Thank you so much. I appreciate you so much. Y'all are the best. I'm a little bit behind on commissions, but the reason I didn't stream last week is because I had to do some work. All right. I had some visual essays due, and I had to just hunker down and get it done, you know? I went to bed at 5:30 in the morning, like 4 nights in a row. It was really bad. But yeah. That's what we did there. And so that's why. But then also you probably can't tell because I'm in a pretty good mood right now, but actually I don't mean to say this to garner sympathy, but to create context for why I don't have a ton of commissions ready for tonight is that this week my mental health has been like horrible, like so bad. I think it's because I stopped my SSRI, like I tapered off of it and we're trying something else. So I don't know if I'm just going through a transition period where my brain is trying to kill me really bad and I just have to kind of hunker down and get through it, or if this is just what my brain is like without SSRIs and I need to have them for the rest of my life, lest I just kill myself. But yesterday I came very, very, very close to checking myself into the hospital. And thankfully I have a lot of in-person support who, you know, really locked in and showed up and made sure that I was safe. But it was really bad, actually. It's not fun. I don't recommend it. I recommend not being horribly traumatized your whole life and having a brain that works correctly. That's what I recommend. um, so I think I have. Let me double check, but I think I have at least one commissioned review to do tonight. Um, mm, did we do Suspiria already? I'm pretty sure we did Suspiria already. Yeah. So I actually just have one. Sorry. I have Thesis, which was a banger. So I'm excited to talk about that. Thanks, bud. I appreciate that. What's your like actual name? I could just call you Planet Mondo, but I could also just call you by your real name if you would prefer. Um, but yes, we had one from what is it? TB Kane. Shout out you in the chat. Thesis and Feng Shui. I was hoping to get at least one more of those done by tonight, but whatever. I'm just glad that I'm here at all, to be honest. So we're doing our best. I went and saw Backrooms tonight. The Masters of the Universe popcorn bucket was like $65. Jesus Christ, how much are they usually? They can't be that much usually, right? Like that's outrageous. um okay. So just because y'all are nice to me and I feel like it, and because I feel bad that my shit wasn't working, let's run these back again. Sasha, shout out. Doom Generation, and then Plastic Chuck. Shout out to you. Brother 1 and 2. Wait, that's not the right one. This one. It's gonna go again, sorry. I'm doing my best. Okay. What is Brother? I actually don't know what that is. I don't think I've ever heard of it. If you check my Letterboxd diary, you will see how bad my fucking brain has been because I haven't watched a movie since Tuesday. That's like kind of unheard of. I pretty much watch at least one movie every day. Okay, what do we got here? I assume this is the one. The Russian film. I've been watching a lot of Russian films this past week, actually. Oh, my girlfriend is going to be seeing Masters of the Universe tonight because her friend's birthday is, I don't know, sometime between now and the past and the future. And that's what he wanted to see, so they're going to go see that. And then Brother 2. Okay, let me put these in my list. They're not streaming, so I'm going to have to yeah, really. Genuinely, you can check my mental health by my letterbox. If there's like nothing, then it's like, oh, she might not be doing well. People have reached out to me, and I do appreciate that. You know, we gotta all take care of each other, keep each other safe, and keep it all together. You know. All right, let me add these. And do you know where I can watch them? Plastic Chuck. Do you happen to know where I could watch these? I mean, I can, you know, find them, but I don't see any all services, nothing. Man. There should be an option on Just Watch for because, and let me just share my screen, actually. That would be easier. Hello? Dude. Why is none of my shit working right now? That's fucking annoying. Okay, hold on. Hold on. And then let's put that. Why does it always... It's fine. It's fine. Okay. That should be fine. Let's roll the dice to make sure that this looks okay. Yeah. Okay. So we see here on Just Watch how you know, you can go through country. Oh, sick. The films are free and subbed on YouTube straight from the studio, but you may be better off finding better copies elsewhere. No, that's gonna be fine. Thank you. Yeah, that's usually the first place I check is like, does someone have this up on YouTube? And sometimes they do, but sometimes there aren't good subtitles, which is the main thing. But if it's subtitled, then we're good. Um, I was actually doing a lot of research into Filipino cinema for a project recently, and a lot of those movies, especially the more like popular ones, and in fact, the one that I have to do for commission purposes are free on YouTube, but half the time they don't have subtitles, and it's frustrating. Anyway, my little thing here. So there's nothing here for the USA in general, because I think we all understand that most people have access to a VPN, right? There should be an option on here to just be like all countries, and I can see if it's streaming on anything in any country, and then just use my VPN, you know? So I'm not gonna go through and fucking check if this movie is streaming in Morocco or fucking Cyprus one by one, you know what I'm saying? Anyway. We're almost an hour into this shit and I'm not at all. I haven't even started, so we should do that. Okay. Maybe let's do this one first before I forget. Once again, I don't think I can show this because the homegirl Suspiria loves to put titties on her artwork, which is so valid. Like, that's real shit, but it makes my job slightly harder because YouTube is a platform for babies. How was Backrooms, by the way? I need to see it. I have it in my head that I have to catch up on the YouTube shit first, which is probably not true and probably kind of silly, but I don't know. That's how I feel about it. So I'm hesitant to go in blind, but I'm sure you don't have to do that. I've watched almost nothing the last few weeks. It's terrible. It's the worst. Like, it's a terrible, awful, not fun feeling when, like, you know, the main thing that you like to do is like something that you don't have the motivation or like desire, I guess, to do at all. It sucks, you know? All right. What are we doing? Yes. Okay. I loved Backrooms. I'm a big fan of the artsy fartsy A24 horror though. Well, that's my shit, you know? I know we've kind of like elevated horror has become like it's like a dirty word. But I like it. I want more of it, you know? I want artsy fucking horror movies. That's what I like. That's the intersection of the things that I like, you know? Um and you know, I feel like we're moving away from that, and that's fine. There are some fun movies out that don't do that, but I like that. I feel like that and Obsession have kind of been grouped together as a uh as a sort of thing in competition or comparison or whatever. I have a feeling I'm gonna like Backrooms more. I mean, I guess we'll see because it seems to be more divisive and less of a crowd pleaser, and that tends to be more my thing. But maybe I should tease this. Should I tease this? I shouldn't. Whatever, I'm gonna do it anyway. I shot a review of Obsession with a friend of mine who runs a pretty popular podcast, and I think some of the takes in it are too spicy, and I don't want to deal with it by putting it out to the public. And I have done a terrible job at taking care of my patrons, so I think I'm gonna put it up as a Patreon exclusive. So if you want to see that, I just gotta edit it real quick, but that's gonna be a thing that lives on my Patreon. So if you want some hot takes, more cancelable takes from yours truly. I'm being a little bit glib about it, but you know. Genuinely, the discourse surrounding that film has been actually very triggering for me, and I don't love it. it kind of goes to what we were talking about earlier. Here I am, fucking just saying the takes anyway on a public forum. But I don't know if you were willing to watch 50 minutes into a live stream of mine, you probably know me and my character and my values and whatever. Hell yeah, thanks for joining the Patreon. I appreciate it. Sorry I barely do anything on it. What was I gonna say? I feel like the film has given people an excuse to like be really cruel and like tear down people for making like bad decisions and like paint people as like monstrous figures for like bad decisions or like mistakes or like, you know, bad behavior. But like it's a cruel film that is I think creating a lot of cruelty in the people who connect with it, you know, in a lot of different ways. I don't think the movie is bad, but it has been a difficult sort of discourse to watch unfold. I like to think that we're past this. Like we're past just like crucifying people and like making it out to be like there are good people and bad people and that's the end of it. But it would appear that we're not, and that's upsetting, you know. Anyway, if you want to check that out, I'm pretty sure the link is always in my description. So I also love found footage, so I'm excited about Backrooms. It looks weird, and oh my god, I don't want to butcher this man's name. Chiwetel Ejiofor, is that how you say his name? He's an amazing actor. Um, so I'm excited about that. Let me look it up. I don't want to fuck this up. Backrooms. Chiwetel Ejiofor. I think I got it. I think I got it in one. Did I get it? And fucking Renat Rainsva, I feel like I did a worse job pronouncing her name, but she's a fucking goat. She's so good. I'm doing a very bad job of keeping on task. I'm just kind of yapping, but I'm having fun. I hope y'all are enjoying this. A friend of mine saw it and really liked it. She said it wasn't what she expected, but it was even better. Nice. It's my favorite type of horror. Mandy, Neon Demon, Midsummer, Hereditary, Men, Annihilation, Ex Machina, etc. are all bangers. Those are all really good, but like if we can get on like The Witch, like I think it's still behind me, right? No, I moved it because you couldn't really see it because it's like totally black. I'm noticing that you can't really see the Noriko's dinner table back there either, which is unfortunate. My contributor copy of Tomorrow actually has shipped recently, and so that will be making its way to the backdrop at some point, which is cool. What else? Yes. Okay. I feel like I'm the only person who doesn't like Hereditary. It's certainly an unpopular opinion, and it is one of my favorite horror films, and like was a pretty it was a big deal for me when I saw it, like because it was something I saw before I was like really into movies, you know? And I just really liked it, and it was kind of like I don't know, among one of the earlier examples of like a film that I saw that was like showed me what horror could be capable of in terms of like performance and storytelling and still retaining like shock and gore and all that other shit, you know. Is that Tomorrow you're talking about? It sure is. Also shout out Andrew, channel member I see. Keep it up. Hell yeah. um I actually tried to edit the little icons and because I think I could pick better ones, but like it wouldn't let me. I think it said I had to have a certain number of members before I could edit them, which is like okay. Um but yeah, it's fine if you don't like it. It's one that I really like. It's still my favorite Ari Aster film. Um yeah, I would say so. Well, after that, it's kind of hard for me to. It would be hard for me to rank them. I think they're all pretty close to the same like level of quality. With like Hereditary being the obvious like best one to me, and then after that, it's like they're all really really good. I don't know. Hereditary brought me back to horror. I stopped following it for years once Blumhouse took over with the cheesy jump scare movies. Isn't isn't Obsession a Blumhouse movie? Is it also A24? Tomorrow sounds like the real story is the behind the scenes. They screwed Val Guest in a legal fallout, killed the worldwide distro. Is that true? That's exactly true, actually. Yes, Val Guest um, did not get paid, at least not in full. I can't remember if it was at all or in full for the work that he did on that he was literally contractually obligated to be paid, right? Because you hire a director to do a job and then you pay them for that job, right? And what's his name? The fucking guy, Monkey's producer or whatever, was just like, I think paying people for the work they do is optional, actually, and didn't do it. He was like, cool, I'm suing you. You're not showing this movie until you pay me. And he was like, bet I'm not paying you. So the movie just got fucking shelved. Uh, Crazy stuff. I don't know what happened there, but it is certainly an odd curio from the 70s that I personally really love. It's a weird movie. Um Obsession is a Blumhouse movie, LOL, first art house horror that they've released to my knowledge. Is it also A24? Obsession distributor focus features. Maybe not. Primarily produced by Blumhouse, Capstone, and T-Shop Productions. Oh, so it's not A24 at all. Did I make that up? It's not. I think Backrooms is the A24 one, right? Yeah, okay. I feel like I should like Hereditary, and I've tried rewatching it a few times, and I just do not like it. What is it about it that you don't like? I'm curious, because I could see not liking the supernatural elements. I think that is a controversial sort of bold choice that was made that could work for some people. Um, that happened a lot back then. The Salkins screwed Orson Welles on the trial and Richard Lester on Three Musketeers. Yeah. Yeah, it's not like it would be a shame if I don't know. Um I feel like that specifically doesn't really happen anymore because the studio system as such is not quite that. I feel like directors are definitely more like I don't think you could get away with not paying a director these days, but I don't know. It's reminding me of actually some, I mean, hashtag discourse TM about how like the people on Obsession like did backbreaking work for very little money and they're not getting compensated. I mean, they are getting compensated what they were owed, but like it's a $250 million movie and they got like a $750 paycheck. It's too litigious now, too many distro partners. Yeah, there's a lot of fingers in the pie, so to speak. What even is art house anymore? That TV show Euphoria is basically a Larry Clark movie and it's mainstream. I've I've never seen Euphoria, but from what I understand about it, I think you could make a case that it is like at least I think it's probably an exploitation film, maybe closer to an art house film, but I would consider art house anything that is sort of operating outside of like mainstream um like convention, I guess, or something like that, or like I don't know, something that is more like artistic in nature. I mean, I think it's pretty wishy-washy, right? Hard to articulate why I don't. It's kind of a whole package thing. I should like it. The elements are there. It feels like it should be a me movie. Yeah, you know, it happens. Trying to think. I have a whole list on my letterbox of movies that everybody else likes that I don't, and movies that everybody else hates that I like. It's called Contrarian. It's on my letterbox. I'm not saying Euphoria is bad, by the way. More controversially, I'm not saying Larry Clark movies are bad. I rather like Marfa Girl. I've actually never seen either of the things you're referencing, so I'm kind of just going based off of the things that I've heard about them, but I think that that's a comparison that makes sense. I've heard nothing but bad things about the new season of Euphoria, but it is a blurry term, especially now that A24 is such a big player in production. It's like, you know, it's not exactly the outsider indie boutique sort of artsy sort of thing. Let me just Google art house definition. I'm really not good at defining things. Created primarily for artistic expression, aesthetic value, or niche experimentation rather than commercial profit and mass appeal. Okay. So I don't know how artsy Hereditary is under that definition. I don't know how experimental it is. I mean, it is definitely very, very auteur driven, and it is very like artistic. Like, I don't think it's like a commercial product, but it is also playing with tropes and in waters that are very like commercial, right? You probably like Larry Clark movies if you haven't watched them. Bully and Kids are the main two. Yeah, it's definitely something I need to get around to for sure. Um, oh, Euphoria. Yeah, I've heard nothing but bad things about the new season, but just from what I am aware of it, at least in the first few seasons, I like that there is like a prominent trans character, and I like that I like the amount of sex and nudity that is in it because I think that we have become too prudish. And maybe what is the guy's name? Sam Levinson, from what I'm hearing, maybe he's not the guy to bring back sex in our media, but someone's got to do it. You know what I'm saying? Someone's got to do it. All right, lots of cosigns for Bully. Shout out. Okay. Um Interesting. I'm just thinking, okay, I'm thinking about something else. Kids felt like my teen years skating in NYC and surrounding areas. Cuckoo is underrated horror. I agree. I liked Cuckoo quite a bit, actually. It doesn't seem to have had any kind of staying power, and I didn't think it was like amazing, but I liked it a lot. And I want Hunter Safer to be in more horror movies. Please and thank you. All right. Should we like do the thing that I said we were gonna do? Cuckoo is so good. Yeah, I like it a lot. It's a weird movie. It's cool. Um, I'm letting this sustain me as opposed to the solid food that is in front of me. Um, Goodnight Mommy is another underrated artsy horror movie. I think I saw that one. Goodnight Mommy. Pretty sure I did. Pretty sure I fuck with that one too. Yeah. Yeah, I like this movie a lot. It's nasty as fuck. First month I've completely skipped buying any partner titles. Damn. There's at least one. I mean, I bought a few of them for Punk Vacation purposes, but there are ones that I would have bought, like, regardless, I think. Well, maybe not, because I don't really buy movies much anymore, but you know what I'm trying to say. All right, let's get started, because we got like 30 of these things to get through. Yeah, the movie with the twin kids. The movie's nasty. It's really good. Um, all right. Think I can get away with everything that's on screen right now, but we're gonna do the one on the Melusine site first, because I'll forget about it. Do I have opinions on Cartoona? I've not seen any of their releases, but I like that they're doing kind of, to use the word of the night, art house animation, um, and indie sort of weird stuff. There's definitely stuff that I would like to see, and in fact, a lot of their stuff is going out of print. So if you have any recommendations, actually, excuse me, throw them in chat because I might pick up some titles. Because I have hella rewards points and they're going out of print. Cartuna keeps having sales. I wonder if they're flopping. Well, a lot of their stuff is going out of print. So I don't know if like they aren't loving the. Oh fuck. You know what? You know what? I watched Hoppers recently, and while the movie is not great, I was kind of like, yo, beavers are an underrated as fuck animal. I literally texted my girlfriend, I need more beaver cinema. I forgot about Hunters of Beavers. Is it on sale? I might grab it. All right. I did buy this one, by the way, and I'll be reviewing it eventually. These sexy sisters share everything. Let's go. Hell yeah. All right. I should reset my tip goal, actually. Let me do that real quick. I am so all over the place. Hey man, look, they tested me, and apparently I don't have ADHD, so I don't know what to tell you. Let's do the starting amount at 60, since I got some tips today. And then end it after, I guess, the first is fine. Hundreds of Beavers is sold out. RIP. Well, what can you do? All right. This is our, I'm making it the Blady number, and this is our Pride Month goal. Let's see if it works. Did that work? Nice. All right. Okay. Is it OOP? All right, hold on. Hold on a minute. Hold on a damn minute. What is going on with Cartuna? All right. Are y'all not fucking with the VS stuff? My mic a little bit. Ooh, that's better. Now I can see. Okay. Ooh, that's so much better. Okay. Boys Go to Jupiter. Dude, I wanted to... I think it was on my birthday, which I just had other plans, but the director had a Q&A at a screening of this, and I wanted to go, but I didn't, and I regret that. But I've heard it's good. Hundreds of Beavers. It is out of print. That's crazy, because this sold like a lot of copies. Okay, that is interesting. Well, presumably somebody else will be putting it out, right? Is all of their stuff going out of print? Let's see. Going out of print. I see 1, 2, 3, 4. So 50% of their titles are either out of print or going out of print. So that's not great, right? If anybody has the scoop for what happened there, let me know, because that's crazy. Bummer. Hold on, let me look it up. I mean, somebody has got to be putting it out. Maybe they only had, you know what? Maybe they only had a license for X number of units to sell, and they did not think that it would sell out that fast. I don't know. Hundreds of Beavers. It's on Amazon for $40 if you want it. That's probably just a standard edition, though. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. The Woodbox edition is kind of awesome. Why is that happening? Okay, I'm glad I'm not sharing my screen. That's annoying. Um, Hmm. This is terrible radio. I'm sorry. This is not going to make sense to anybody. I'm just seeing something on my screen where I'm like, why is that happening? I don't understand, but okay. Uh, all right. Well, I guess not all of their stuff is gone yet, but I don't know. When's the last time they had like a new title? You know, has it been a minute? I'm looking. This one looks like it's fine. This one looks like it's fine. I don't know though. They are honestly like these are all like 500 unit slips, and a lot of them are, well, I mean, some of them are still not sold out, which is, it could be that they're just not doing that well, which is unfortunate, but it is what it is. Okay, back to it. These sexy sisters share everything. What fun. The beautiful Bridget LaHaye, you're not wrong there, and uninhibited adult actress Fleur Solier is what I'm going to guess. Star as Jenny and Juliet, a pair of swinging siblings who indulge their lust with wild abandon. And Amorous Sisters, yet another vintage raunchy sex comedy from legendary exploitation film producer and director Erwin C. Dietrich, working here under his pseudonym Michael Thomas. Okay. Film tells this tale of the titular sisters who attend an elite finishing school run by the comely Miss Brown. Though presumably more classes are on the curriculum, Jenny and Juliet are specifically interested in Miss Brown's in-depth sex education lessons and enjoy putting their saucy teacher's carnal knowledge to the test. And they do, in an endless series of intense, explicit sequences featuring tons of female and male nudity, wanton lesbian encounters, and eye-opening solo acts. This sounds awesome. Much more cinematic experience featuring some rather beautiful cinematography, handsome natural locations, delirious, surrealistic passages, and a gorgeous score by Dietrich regular Walter Baumgartner. Classic voyeuristic romp. Okay. If you like tons of sex set against sumptuous scenery, Amorous Sisters is a skin flick for you. They're really selling this, you know? I fuck with that. Yeah, sounds good to me. And a commentary, and that's it. I need to hit up Delirium and be like, yo, get me to get me to do your visual essays and stuff. I'll do it. It'll be cool. It'll be fun. It'll be fine. I can be trusted with your money and reputation as a company, okay? All right. So I'm not 100% sure why this sold out so quickly, but it did. A Game for Six Lovers, Icarus Films. Serge Gainsborough. I'm told that that is the big name here, but if I'm being totally honest, I don't know who that is off the top of my head. One of the founders of the Apocal Film magazine, Gaia du Cinema. Is that how you say that? Is that how you say that? Therefore, a prime mover of the French New Wave. Joined all the upstart critics making films in the late 50s, early 60s with his decadent debut, a cynical drama about upper-class indolence and betrayal. The game players in question arriving at a spectacular villa for the reading of the matriarch's will include guileless city girl Milena, her lawyer ex-boyfriend Miguel, and her long unseen cousins Fifine and Jean-Paul, except Jean-Paul is actually Fifine's boyfriend, Robert, passing himself off as a member of the family. The couple maintains an open arrangement, and so the gathering becomes a round of duplicity, swap partners, and heartbreak. I mean, that sounds fun. The Boppy soundtrack, the title tune of which was his first hit. Gainsbourg, the great French pop musician who gave us Je t'aime moi non plus. Yeah, I don't know who that is, to be completely so real. Oh, I'm not listening to music right now. I'm supposed to. I'm supposed to be doing that. That's why I have headphones on. So let me listen to this song since it's, I guess, a big deal, right? Um. Well, he has 1 million monthly listeners on Spotify, so I guess somebody knows who he is. I guess I'm just slacking, you know? Song got condemned by the Vatican back in the day for its explicitness. I love you, nor do I. I recognize the instrumental, but not the vocals. I feel like somebody sampled this, right? Let me look it up. Uh, mm, mm, banned in several countries. Brigitte Bardot, who was a gorgeous, shitty person. uh, cover versions. Has also been widely sampled. Okay. So I'm not making that up. The guy from Placebo did a cover of it with Asia Argento. Right on. I think Nick Cave covered it too. Okay. Have I heard the new Darkthrone album? No, I kind of listen to them for like every time they put out a new album, I kind of listen to it for posterity, but let me see. What is the last Darkthrone album I like really liked? Let's see. It's probably an old one to be honest. Let's see. I mean, they kind of like can coast off of their reputation from their first like 5 records for like ever. So like they get a pass, but let's see. I'm hearing a lot of moaning in my ear right now listening to this. I didn't hear Astral Fortress either. So I'm behind. Eternal Hails. Hate Them is the last album that they put out that I liked. Like really, really liked. I mean, I like most of these, but you know. I've definitely heard this song the more I'm listening to it. It's in a movie or something. I thought I only ordered one thing, but I ordered 3 from the partner sale. What'd you get? Okay, yes, I think I have heard this song. Okay. Uh, I mean, sure, this looks good, right? What's it got on Letterboxd? Yeah, like nobody has seen this. Thanks for hanging out tonight, everybody. Pretty good numbers tonight in terms of viewership and such things. Uh, this is a sexy song. Somebody, maybe it's Brigitte Bardot, is hella moaning in my ear right now. So I'm into that. Okay. Here's another one I ordered, A New Love in Tokyo. Fuck yeah, dude. This slipcover is awesome. I'm glad I got it. It is sold out. But this cover, this original cover art is pretty good too, yeah? Let me switch. I wanted to listen to the new Swans album when I thought I had more time, but that's fine. I'll still listen to it. It's really good. I guess it's not new anymore. It's over a year old, but I'm behind as always. And I didn't know. I didn't. It took me a minute to get fucking 2 hours to listen to it. But what era of Swans are you most into? What a fun question. Well, my favorite Swans album is Children of God. But I think the era I like best is like the one that they've been in for a while. Like they're really sort of like everything post reunion, I think, is kind of my favorite era of their sound. I think. Let me make sure I'm not forgetting anything. But they're one of my favorite bands. Like, you know, with anybody with as much music as they have, it's a bit of a mixed bag, but I do like their old industrial, like no wave stuff. That shit is hard. Um, I don't know, like my favorite Swans song, not to be confused with Swan Song. My favorite Swans song is on Soundtracks for the Blind. Um, but I think the Seer onward. Um, the Beggar didn't do it as much for me as it did for other people, but other than that, they're all bangers to me. Like I love To Be Kind. Um, I mean, I like their goth rock era for sure, but I don't like The Great Annihilator as much as most people seem to. But I like The Burning World way more than most people do. I love that. I think that album is amazing. I don't understand why people don't like it, but it's also my favorite Swans album cover. I think it's beautiful. I love that they use a nail gun as an instrument. Time is money. I mean, you gotta get creative. You know what I'm saying? Anything is an instrument with a little bit of rhythm. If you want it to be. I have Children of God on vinyl signed by Michael Gira, and I also met him. Speaking of people who are hashtag problematic, right? uh, I met him. I told this story recently. I don't remember why, like not on stream, but recently. I met him, and I was like, this was when I was like at my peak into Swans period of my life, and I was like, hey, thanks for all the amazing music over the years. Or I think I said, thanks for all the great music over the years. And he said, well, not all of it was that great. I was like, yeah, all right, fair call. All right, I should get like faster than this because I shouldn't be away from these dogs for too long. Did I hear the new Liebach single with the Palestinian Children's Choir? No, but I'm looking that up right now. White Light. Um, I like White Light quite a bit, but I also am surprised it is as acclaimed as it is because I don't think it's among their best work. Um, Liebach. Ooh, okay. Slovenian industrial. I'm not as into it, industrial as like maybe I should be, but so I don't mean to say anything out of turn by saying this, but are these guys like sketchy? Like When I see Marshall Industrial, I'm like, I got burned too many times getting into black metal, right? I'm hesitant to get into industrial like that, you know? That could just be me making an unfair judgment call. Sorry if this goes too far back on topic. Um, Partner titles I got this month: The Dark Valley, A New Love in Tokyo, The Serpent Skin, and a couple sale titles. Hell yeah. You've never heard of Leibach. They satirize totalitarianism and the connection between pop music and social control. That's good to know. I will check this out. Actually, let me cue that song and listen to it. Yeah, it's just genuine ignorance about the scene or the like neofolk is another thing where I'm like, man, I don't want to fuck with this. Like when the biggest, it's like black metal where like the biggest artist in the genre is a Nazi, and it's like, okay. But industrial, I don't know. There's definitely some weird guys in there, but I feel like, you know, at least it has enough sort of what am I trying to say? The biggest artists in the genre are not fucking Nazis, which is cool. Trent Reznor, my beloved, would never. All right, I'm queuing this. Yo, focus dangerous waters for real. Yo, Mike Seatown is braver than the troops. He's like mainly into black metal and then also neofolk and then like also industrial shit. Like that's got to be so exhausting. I just like, man, I was so into black metal for a long time and I just got tired of it. I got tired of everybody being a total piece of shit, getting burned over and over again. Am I just gonna listen to emo and post hardcore all the time? And that's what I like anyway. And you know, and pop punk and stuff. The memes about it exist for a reason, but at least they're all fucking Nazis all the time. Like, goddamn. All right. Too far off topic. Do you like Tarkovsky's Solaris? I haven't seen it, but I like Tarkovsky in general. I have a Tarkovsky tank top that the dude from Full of Hell made. Early industrial is a mix of far left and far right. Cabaret Voltaire are all pretty left wing. Okay, cool. Good to know. What are some far right industrial groups that I should avoid? Because also, like, Throbbing Gristle was a pretty big, like, progenitor of that sort of thing. And, like, they're not fucking. I mean, I think they played around in some sketchy imagery, but, like, that's like trans person music, you know? Not to say that that doesn't mean you're not fucking sketchy, but, like, I think Genesis Peorage had decent politics from what I understand, right? I bought her book. I need to read it. Okay. Yeah, this record rules. It's so good. It's real slow. You gotta be real patient with it, but goddamn. All right, back on topic. I gotta get through this shit. Okay, so a local micro cinema actually booked this through Connie, and I was so excited. I was gonna buy a ticket and go and everything, but let's just say I had a really bad mental health day and didn't end up going. So I'm excited to finally get to see it in this medium. Um, I need to listen to Coil. That's a huge blind spot for me. Is that I'm literally friends with Steven Thrower on Facebook. I've not listened to Coil. That's crazy. Backrooms is more sci-fi than horror, and I think it's not what people expect. Interesting. Okay, I did not expect that. No, you're totally fine. Type away. 2000 slips. Well, wait a minute. Who did the slipcover? That's fucked up. Because it's beautiful. Like, I would frame that, you know? Jen is a problematic one. I love her regardless. I mean, I watched that documentary about her where she's like literally trying to like doing that like experiment where like she becomes her partner and her partner becomes her through surgery. That's crazy. She's out there. We need people who are that out there though, you know? It makes me feel good when there are people who are too out there even for me, you know? I'm like, that's good. I support that. Like when I see artwork that like creates a disgust reaction in me, I'm like, that's good. We need that, you know? Um Ayumi juggles between her work as a call girl and a life with a boyfriend unable to get into college. Soon she meets Ray, a seasoned dominatrix aspiring to become a theater actor who spends her free time rehearsing with a troupe that blurs the line between the stage and the bedroom. Well, that's the kind of theater I fuck with. All right, I need to get. I want to get into theater, but I want it to be weird and horny. You know what I'm saying? I spoke with Jen for a couple hours once, and it was amazing. That is amazing. That's really cool. What was the what happened there? How did that come about, if you don't mind me asking? The terminus of the Japanese bubble era, okay, brilliantly evoked here by neon lit streets and chic interiors, both women bring us into their nocturnal orbit. A life dedicated to the pursuit of pleasure, camaraderie, and the joys of hanging out in the living, horny districts of Shinjuku and Shibuya. Marketed in some territories as a sequel to Ryo Murakami's moody Tokyo Decadence. Should I see that before I see this? Does that actually like matter? Like at all? Um Unfolds as its tonal opposite, less a somber sexploitation film than an unexpectedly sex-positive workplace comedy ripe for rediscovery, based on a book of essays by Kai Shimamoto that brings the reader into a bustling, erotic underworld. The film is also notable for featuring cult photographer Nobuyoshi Araki as one of its key collaborators. No, I have no idea what bubble era means, if I'm being honest. A glimpse into a bygone era of Japanese eroticism. New Love in Tokyo provided Pinku V Cinema and Directors Company veteran Banmei Takahashi the bridge toward a broader range of human experience and pathos. What a banger it sounds like. I know Eli fucking loves this movie and will be excited to talk about it with me. Interview with Working Dominatrix? That's awesome. Mikako Fujishiro. I'll have to look that up. Shout out Dakota Newt, friend of the channel, friend of the show, friend of me. Hey Jeff, what's up? It's an interview I was doing with PTV when they were relaunching as PTV 3. I could get more into it on the Discord. Yeah, go for it. That sounds awesome. Did you meet Douglas Rushkoff too? It's the period just before Japan's exploding economy collapsed. You may recall they were getting really big up until the mid-90s with so many movies about then absorbing everyone. You lost me a little bit at the end there. I'm not sure what that means, but that's good to know. I'll have to look into that. That's gotta be like, what, maybe the slip of the year? Artwork of the year? Like, bro, who did this? It's fucked up. Anyway, Connie, hit me up. We should work together. Poet 1-2 Special. Is this a new goddamn partner label? Did they do something else? Oh, this is the people who did Dracula. Okay, cool. Cool. This looks like a 500. If I had to guess. I mean, the slip is okay. Is a film distributor. Straight to the point. Middle-aged and erratic, Oscar is a failed writer who has given up on life. Unemployed and living with family, he wanders the streets of Medellin in a drunken stupor, lamenting the state of literature in his home country, where he has succumbed to the cliche of the tortured artist. However, the opportunity to mentor a young student offers a chance at redemption if he doesn't screw it up first. In a performance marked by deadly comic pathos, first-time actor Ubimar Rios stars in Simone Mesa Soto's Un Certain Regard, a raw and riotous farce about how good deeds are often met with the universe's idea of cruel and unusually poetic punishment. Damn. Brand new film. Commentary the director. Booklet with writing by film critic Siddhant Adlaka. Let's look this up. Haven't bought much from any of the partner labels. Wasn't much that really jumped out at me. That's because he did bass for PTV3 live shows. That's cool. You talked to Jen. Remember how the USA thought Japan was going to economically absorb other US companies. MCA owned Universal movies like Rising Sun with Sean Connery and Wesley Snipes. Okay, I got you. To be honest, I don't super know what you're talking about. You've exposed a gap in my knowledge once again. So I'll have to look that up. Film distributor based in New York, so like all of them. Yeah, basically. Seemed like Japan was buying everything up and then their bubble economy imploded, so the Tokyo film captures the last moments of Japan before the pop. Interesting. These are the sorts of things that I learned when I do research for visual essays and stuff. But I appreciate you offering that context. Okay, a lot of people have seen this, so that's kind of surprising that this was only 500 and it's not really selling that well. It's so popular. There doesn't seem to be a huge correlation there, to be completely honest. This is Colombian? I mean, apparently it's quite good. So that's cool. I mean, I would like to see this at some point. Jafar Panahi, how the fuck is this not selling more? That's actually crazy. Jafar Panahi is straight up one of our best working artists in any medium. Like, I can't believe more people aren't buying this. Like, I think they were correct to print 2,000 of these, and somehow it's just not moving units, which is crazy. Oh my god. Abak Kiarostami is on here too? Shit. Team up as writer and director, respectively, on Crimson Gold, a subtle tragedy on class conflict in modern Iran. Hussein. Where's Planet Mondo? I'm surprised you didn't buy this one. You should probably check this out. Real life pizza delivery man who has schizophrenia, is a lumbering war veteran, swollen by cortisone, and reduced to delivering pizzas at night. Through his nightly rounds, he bears witness to the rewards and vanities of the city's wealthy. Is he humiliated when the jewelry shop owner won't allow him in his store, and under pressure to get married, Hussein awkwardly aspires to higher ground. When an eccentric socialite gives him a taste of luxury, Hussein can no longer accept his lowly status. Kiarostami based the story on an actual newspaper account of a botched robbery attempt at a Tehrannian jewelry store by a desperate pizza delivery man. New video interview with Jafar Panahi, and booklet with new writing by historian Shida Dayani. Okay, not as stacked as we would like to see. Oh, you're still here. Nice. Waiting for a sale to grab it. Definitely gonna grab this one though. Hell yeah. Who did the artwork? Tony Stella. I mean, Tony Stella did the artwork and everything. That's like so disappointing that this isn't selling. I'm like mad about that. Yeah, I like recognize this artwork. I thought Criterion had this though. It's a pretty powerful image. I don't like it when the poster and the backdrop are the same. By the way, I appreciate that I have so many people in chat who can talk about weird music with me. I appreciate that. Like, I like that I can just mention swans and people are on it. The Dark Valley film movement. This is cool artwork. It's definitely better than that. So, I'm guessing 1,000. Vlad Rodriguez. Nice. Who is this film movement? Okay. Swans rules. Sure does. Sure do? Yeah. I like the circle more. The circle, what, from this director? Oh, okay. I've not seen a lot of his movies, to be honest. I've seen Taxi, which I liked a lot. I've seen This Is Not a Film, which didn't really work for me, but I need to rewatch it. And it was just an accident. It's one of my favorite films of last year. Um, but yeah, he's just like a goat for real. Somewhere high in the Alps, a lone rider makes his way along a hidden path and reaches a small village tucked away between the steep mountains. This stranger goes by the name of Greeter. Nobody knows where he's from and met with blatant distrust. Nobody wants him in the village. The sons of old Brenner, the village patriarch who holds the entire community under startling violent ways, would have him chased away if Greeter hadn't given him a fistful of gold coins. Greeter introduces himself as a photographer, and Brenner's sons provide him with shelter for the winter at the house of Widow Gator and her young daughter, Lucy. Soon to be married to her sweetheart, Lucas, Lucy is full of trepidation as the big day draws near because, in this valley, a wedding comes with a terrible tradition, and whoever opposes this tradition will be subjected to a merciless punishment. Oh, okay. Tragic accident leads to the death of one of his sons. Another son is mysteriously killed. Okay, jeez. Lots going on there. Yo, what's good? Oh, you're good. There's so many great surrealist Iranian films they could put out. There's one about a cross-dresser that was pretty bold to release in Iran. It's the VS fan, bingo. What is the name of that movie? That sounds interesting. Let's look this up. I mean, it looks good to me. Country is this? Austria? Okay. Neat. Dead Hunt, Saturn's Core, shout out. Party till you drop dead. That's pretty gnarly. That is an SOV cover if I've ever seen one. Let me tell you. It's called Snowman or Adam Barfi. All right, let me look that up. Okay, I'm listening to this Leibosch song. This kind of goes. Put that on my watch list. All right. Dead Hunt. Sold a decent amount of copies, which is cool. 10 genre film critics from the Horror DVD Zone website converge at a warehouse for a party on the eve of attending a local horror convention. Shortly after their guest of honor, the infamous indie scream queen Raven Rinaldi, arrives. The powers cut and the doors are electrified, trapping everyone inside the building. Unfortunately for the unsuspecting guests, a mysterious masked assassin begins murdering the attendees using a variety of gruesome methods, recreating the notorious kill scenes from the various movies reviewed on the website. Turns out the killer is a deranged, jilted filmmaker who's determined to enact revenge on all the critics who gave disparaging reviews to his rebuffed slasher opus, Dead Hunt. Final directorial effort from Baltimore, Maryland's legendary low-budget maestro Don Dohler and his Time Warp Films collaborator Joe Ripple. It remains an elusive piece in the Dohler oeuvre, as well as an underseen SOV slasher curio from one of Mid-Atlantic's most beloved and inspiring regional horror auteurs. Lots of French words being bandied about here. Audio commentary. Feature-length documentary, behind-the-scenes featurette. So this is like a theater of blood, yeah? Hasn't there been a few films with this sort of general conceit? Oh, also Bloodsucking Freaks. Pretty obscure stuff. It looks fun. Maybe not. This dude's got a deep-ass voice. Man, y'all are popping off. Let me catch up real quick. I appreciate it. Y'all can tell, you can tell pretty quickly when you're talking to a ride or die old VS fan, often running off pure nostalgia, and those who buy from the wider OCN partners. You always complain when partner titles are better than main titles, and that's just crazy. Dead Hint was an old Time Warp Films movie I haven't watched it since I was a kid, but I would love them to restore more old Persian films before they disappear. Deaf Crocodile would be ideal. Send them an email. They'll look into it. And then maybe I'll do some essays for it. We'll see. Definitely, or like, you know. Yeah, you should email them for sure. A friend of mine from back in the day wrote it. I don't necessarily recommend it. Yeah, it's well, I don't know. It could go either way. It could be fun or it could be kind of nothing, you know? Diane, the film desk. Guessing this is a 500. I mean, the slip is fine. I feel like sometimes you can tell which companies don't really get the whole slipcover thing and are just kind of like, okay. All right, sorry, Brandon Schaefer, not to talk shit. I mean, it's clearly like well designed, but it's I don't know. Um, I mentioned them to Ryan before. I'll remind him next time I speak to him. I'd love to do the cover for those titles. Yeah, yeah, that's what I was gonna say, because I know they have Beth do all of their standard edition stuff, but the slipcovers are um kind of case by case. So yeah, you should absolutely do that. Um, it's fun. It's fine. It's a fun micro budget, but I also know too many people involved with it, so I'm biased. That is fair. The Git doc I do want to grab. We'll get to that. Let's see. Diane, the soulful and lovingly crafted first narrative feature from Kent Jones. It's a portrait of a late middle-aged woman. And the physical and emotional landscape of her tightly knit world of family, friends, and her troubled son. Time rushes by, heartbreak and devastating loss are quickly followed by regeneration and unexpected kindnesses, and everything is haunted and colored by memory and imitations of mortality. Meanwhile, life never stops. Jones, who has played a prominent role in the world of cinema and the consciousness of its history as writer, programmer, festival director, foundation leader, screenwriter, documentarian, and decades-long collaborator with Martin Scorsese, has created something new and rare, a film that moves and pulses with the rhythm of everyday life as lived by a woman who gives all of herself to others. Two new video pieces by Kent Jones. New essay by Sammy Bursch. Screenwriter of May, December, and Late Fame. Cool. I bet this is really good. I got dogs barking in my headphones right now. Swans really do be doing crazy shit. I mean, it sounds really good. I'll pop that in the watch list. Who is this person? What else did he do? Okay. I think I've seen this. Yes, I have. Okay. Neat. uh, it said that it's his directorial debut, but you clearly forgot about the History Channel documentary on the Statue of Liberty. When is that getting released, huh? Well? Oh, it's also directed by Martin Scorsese. I'm out here talking shit. Bro's got a lot of movies. The Final Dream of Pope Francis? The fuck is this? I feel like there's a lot of spam type stuff on his page. I don't know. Drive Back. Dark Sky. Neat. Do they do 500 of these? Yep. Black Coffee. I like his stuff. Ugh. Short copy. Thank you. A couple returning from their engagement party must escape a sinister and seemingly endless road. Pretty straightforward. This does not look like my kind of thing, but lest I judge too harshly. Sounded cool, but the reviews are brutal. Yeah, that's about what I was expecting. I don't really understand why this kind of stuff kind of takes off. I mean, you can watch this on like 10 different streaming services, and it doesn't look like it's that great. I mean, sure. Good for them, I guess, you know? Erotic nature, the films of Pierre Creton? Creton? This looked really good, and I like this artwork a lot. I also like the standard edition artwork, to be honest. Um, doesn't say who did it, only 500. Kind of sounds like Passenger, not my thing either. Passenger looked interesting, but the reviews for it have been really bad. Pierre Creton is a farmer and filmmaker based in Normandy. Before his international breakout film, A Prince, had already built an impressive body of work which blends narrative and documentary with an intimate focus on people, animals, nature, and eroticism. Yeah, I looked into some of these because I was thinking about ordering it for reviewing for Punk Vacation, but it doesn't actually look particularly erotic. I feel like that's kind of a maybe not a misnomer is the right word, but like some kind of artistic liberties being taken with that word a little bit. They don't look like sex films, I guess. Okay, the Gits. Factory 25, shout out. I like Factory 25. I like this artwork better than the slipcover, to be honest. Excuse me, I'm getting sleepy. 20th anniversary edition, reigniting the powerful legacy of one of punk rock's most urgent and under-recognized bands. Is this... Am I tripping right? I don't think I've ever heard of this band. This gripping documentary traces the meteoric rise of the Gits and their magnetic frontwoman, Mia Zapata. His fearless voice and raw presence left an indelible mark in the Seattle music scene before her life was tragically cut short in 1993. Ooh, that's fucking sucks. Crazy sad story. Yeah, that sounds awful. Featuring electrifying live performances, rare archival footage, and candid interviews with bandmates, peers, and friends like Joan Jett, Kathleen Hanna, members of 7 Year Bitch, and more. The Gits delivers an intimate and unflinching portrait of a band whose sound captured both ferocity and vulnerability. Rather than framing Zapata solely as a tragic figure, the film celebrates her as a visionary artist whose voice still resonates more than 3 decades later. That looks really good. Let me cue one of their songs. It genuinely feels like every major boutique label softball June. Aerodef went for lesser titles. Criterion went to docs only. I know that people weren't as stoked about the Criterion announcements. I thought that they were pretty good. I also agree that Arrow was kind of mid. I don't remember off the top of my head, but I remember looking at it and being like, I mean, I guess. All right, let me key one of their songs so I get an idea. I mean, they're fairly popular. So this is me dropping the ball, not knowing this band. Yeah, it seems right, girl adjacent. If not just straightforwardly that. I was hoping for volume 2 of Wakefield Pool for June. Yeah, that would have been cool, but I feel like they should have just waited and put out volume 1 in June, to be honest. Because that would have probably been too close. Like, I just got volume 1 in the mail. Happy End, Film Movement. Sold out, guessing 500? Interesting artwork. Adam Maida? Right on. Oh, I forgot to look up the doc. The Gits. It looks really good. I hope I'm pronouncing that right, too. Okay. Interesting. All right. Best friends Yuta and Ko are about to graduate high school in the near future Tokyo, where the threat of a catastrophic earthquake pervades daily life. One night, they pull a consequential prank on their principal, which leads to a surveillance system being installed in the school. Between the oppressive security system and a darkening national political situation, Ko feels increasingly frustrated with the world, while Yuta seems completely unaware. Finding an empathetic ear and a passionate student activist, Ko's political consciousness blossoms Assuming that Yuta would never understand his newfound interest, Ku begins to avoid his friend. For the first time in their lifelong friendship, the two are forced to confront differences that they never expressed before. Pretty brand new film. Commentary of the director. Something with the composer. I'm surprised this sold out. Maybe just the artwork looks intriguing, or this is just more popular than I thought and I hadn't heard of it. Okay, yeah, it's pretty popular, so that's probably why. I mean, it looks good. Criterion Channel, Japan and Singapore. My man's got the keffiyeh in the portrait, in the fucking, what is the word I'm looking for? The headshot? All right, that's real shit. Let's go on in the watch list. All right. Let's keep going, huh? Forgot about the Severance sale. Severin is about to do their announcements for their sale so they could save June. It was by design, though. Not that the docs are bad, but almost like CC wanted to take August easy after the Barnes & Noble sale. I would agree. They're not like heavy hitters, so to speak, but I think it's good stuff. Yeah, Severin. I was in the middle of listening to their podcast episode that just came out about Danza Macabre Volume 5. Are there more announcements to come? Yeah, because they do a separate episode for sale, I think. So that'll be cool. Arrow announced Troy in a John Woo movie. Nothing too exciting. Troy is an interesting pull. I actually really like that movie, and most people don't like it, but I actually love that movie. But I also feel like my studio Blu-ray is fine. Forgot about the Severance sale. Those Danza sets have been good. I bet. What was I saying? Oh, the Gits. Okay, nice. Yeah, that's a good slipcover. So I see why that sold out. This is not as exciting looking. Natasha Kermani. Okay. We love female filmmakers. I am into that. Life takes a sudden turn for May, a popular self-help book author, when she finds herself the target of a mysterious man with murderous intentions. Every night, without fail, he comes after her, and every day the people around her barely seem to notice. No one to turn to, May is pushed to her limits and may take matters in her own hands to survive and regain control of her life. That sounds good. Wait, I think I remember hearing about this. This might already be in my watch list, actually. Is it? It is. Look at that. Look at my brain go, y'all. Crazy. Yeah, this looks good. A low rating, but I want to check this out. I feel like I recognize her. What is she in? Well, nothing I've seen, so... Oh well. Yeah, it looks good. Ninja Zombie. Bleeding Skull. Shout out Bleeding Skull. Slipcover that is kind of the same thing. But, you know. This one sold really well, which is cool. Ninja Zombie is the hero we need right now. Shot on Super 8 film in Chicago by director Mark Bessinger, who I think followed me on Instagram. If I'm remembering correctly. I think he did. Maybe not. Wait, let me check. I don't want to say that and like I'm making it up. Ninja Zombie? Yeah, it does. Oh, he did not follow me on Instagram. I followed him. Rip. That's fine. Action horror hybrid tells the story of Jack, a young martial arts expert who is slain by evil cult leader Spithrachny? Spithrachny? I don't know, man. Your guess is as good as mine. Only to be resurrected as a vengeance-fueled ninja zombie, an explosion of high kicking. High kicking? Oh, like you're kicking high in the air. I understand. Gut-spilling splendor. Ninja zombie lands at the intersection of 1980s Marvel Comics and the Toxic Avenger, a true Venn diagram of joy and ambition in underground filmmaking. This has a video essay by my friend Daniel from the Cobwebs channel and one of his short films, which is pretty cool. Shout out YouTuber solidarity. I bet it's good. He's a much better video editor than me. So I bet he did a good job. Okay. More of this. Honestly, this is better artwork than this, I think, right? I don't know. This is for somebody, but I don't think for me. Oh, I meant to look up Ninja Zombie because that looks like fun. This is awesome. That rules. That cover is awesome. Oh man. Shout out Bleeding Skull for this weirdo shit. Super Collector Jay Bartlett is back on the hunt, but this time the challenge is extreme. He has 14 days to track down all 296 Nintendo 64 games with no online purchases and only 20,000. Where the fuck are you getting $20,000? Whatever. The mission: secure a full set, then auction it off with 100 of the proceeds benefiting Alzheimer's research. Along the way, his lifelong best friend Rob documents the quest while uncovering the untold story of Nintendo's most fascinating console, its risk, its myth, and its legacy. RU game. You know what? This is a teachable moment. All right? I judged this too quickly. That is an interesting conceit. And I am actually surprised this isn't selling faster. Because it's not just a fucking PowerPoint documentary about a gaming console or whatever. There's some kind of narrative here. Oh, well, it doesn't even have a letterboxd entry. Is it a fucking... Is this another YouTube video that we put on Blu-ray? I would also watch this, is the thing. Let me look it up. I'm surprised this isn't on letterboxd. It's probably a YouTube video, yeah. Which, like, you know, far be it from me to say that YouTube videos can't be interesting or worthwhile, but I see. Okay, it is on YouTube, and you can watch it for free, but it is also a TV show? Yes, this was a 14-episode YouTube series, which was then stitched together for a feature film. I feel like that should still have a letterbox entry. What can you do? The Other French New Wave Volume 2. Some cool artwork. We love Canadian International. Really cool folks doing really cool stuff. 4 more trailblazing classics from the dawn of Quebec's cinematic revolution. I'm going to be honest, I'm not reading all this. I'm getting to... I need to eat and probably start heading out soon, so I need to get through this. But this looks really cool. And I like that they're continuing this series. I like the idea behind it quite a bit. So they did 3 movies for this one, and I think there's 4 here, right? 4, yeah. Doesn't say who did the slipcover. I was actually going back to look. Canadian Internationals to pick a graveyard shift. It is Canadian after all. I think that would be a good one for them. Redacted. This is Brian De Palma. More geopolitical stuff. Montage of stories about U.S. soldiers fighting in the Iraq conflict, focusing on the modern forms of media covering the war. Shout out Alexandra Heller Nicholas, friend of the show. 1 hour of archival interviews with Iraqi refugees. Yeah, this looks really good. Redacted, aka the movie that got buried for being anti-war. That's so crazy that something like that would happen. Shout out Lamb of God, Ashes of the Wake, anti-Bush bangers. Is this like genuinely not good, or are people like, is this like, you know, fucking war hawks being mad about it or something? I would like to see this. But everyone worshipped that movie Zero Dark 30. Yeah, for real. Yo, Catherine Bigelow, I don't know, man. I'm not going to say she doesn't make good movies, but it's interesting how singular her focus seems to be. Maybe I shouldn't say that. She also did, like, vampire stuff, right? Serpent Skin, Dark Star. This is Corinne Halbert, yeah? Yeah, she's cool. After escaping her transphobic hometown. Oh, nice. Alice McKay, shout out. Anna meets goth tattoo artist Jen. They bond over shared supernatural abilities, but Jen's tattoo work accidentally conjures a demon before their romance can bloom. Should I make movies? If she can do it, what's my excuse? You know? I need to see some of her stuff. I've heard it's bad, and Casualties of War was very oddly off much earlier in his career. It may not be his forte. I mean, if the movie's bad, like, it is what it is. I'm just a little bit skeptical. Yeah, I need to check out her movies. She's really cool. Born 2004. That's fine. That's cool. So that would make her what? Don't ask me to do math right now. 22? Cool. And this is her fucking filmography? Come on, man. Whatever. What does the standard look like? I like that, honestly. Some nights I feel like walking. I like this artwork a lot. Really cool. I mean, that's pretty good too. Is this gay shit? Hell yeah. In the seedy underbelly of Manila, teenage runaway Zion links up with a group of queer street hustlers who lead him on a heated journey of self-discovery in the tempting and dangerous nocturnal city. Peterson Vargas's propulsive erotic drama artfully utilizes a road trip structure to disguise what becomes a beautiful rumination on the significance of the chosen family in the queer community, the lengths we sometimes have to go to achieve it. You're telling me. I love Filipino cinema. Shout out. Maybe I should get this. This looks great. I don't know if it's a sex film, though. I don't know if I could get away with getting it for the podcast. It must be so nice to know what you want to do with your life early on, and also like have the means and like have the self-actualization. It's honestly for in everyone's best interest that I was not making movies at 19 years old. It's in everyone's best interest that I was not doing anything at 19 years old. Right? I was just in college, not on the goddamn internet. Well, at least not publicly. And that is how it should have been, all right? Sure, I would have loved to have been a person who is like understanding about myself and like, you know, following my bliss and seizing my truth and not just being in abusive, shitty relationships and not understanding anything about myself and drowning in mental illness and this, that, and the other, but whatever. Whatever. This is why it's important to support trans people when they're young so that they can get started with their life at the same pace as everybody else instead of spending the first X amount of years of adulthood you know, dealing with all that. Suburban Mayhem, Umbrella Entertainment. This is I know this artist. I don't know his name off the top of my head, but I know who this is. Johnny Ryan, yeah. Manicured and manipulative. That's the goal, right? That's me as fuck. Except I've never got a manicure in my life. I would like to do that at some point. The teenage mother exists in a world defined by petty crime. The teenage mother, like generally speaking? Or this teenage mother? I don't know. Petty crime, seduction, sex, fast cars, and suburban mayhem with her beloved brother Danny in prison for murder and John, her father, concerned about Katrina neglecting the baby. Whatever, dude. Babies could take care of themselves, famously. It's fine. It's time for the 19-year-old to do something. Could he really get away with murder? I mean, probably. Hella features. Umbrella. Yo, why is this in such butt-ass quality? Too many friends discovering they were trans much later in life, but I mean, this country is terrified of both sex and mental health. Yeah, it kind of sucks. It's almost like we live in a bad country. I mean, not all of us. Some of us. Many of us. This looks kind of fun. Maybe. This looks about 10 years too late, but, you know, sure. I like this artwork a lot. Getting there. Getting there. Suspended time. Music box selects. I like this artwork a lot. Oh, it's this guy. As society recedes in the spring of 2020, film director Paul Berger returns to his childhood home in the provincial Chevreuse Valley. Paul hunkers down with his girlfriend Morgan, his brother Etienne, and Etienne's new girlfriend Carol. But the makeshift household finds new ways to lacerate familiar wounds in this neurotic comedy from master filmmaker Olivier Assayas. Assayas? And some interviews and such. Neat. What do we got? What else did this guy do? I feel like I know this name. Yep. Okay, Irma Vep. That's what I thought. Did he have another film that just came out through here? Or am I making that up? No, I was right. I think. Did this just come out? Yes. Okay. That's what I thought. Thebe. Okay. Neat. Film movement. Oh, like last month, maybe. Yeah, that's what I thought. Nice. 1916, while war rages in the Ottoman Empire, Hussein raises his younger brother Thebe, meaning wolf, in a traditional Bedouin community that is isolated from the vast, unforgiving desert. Brother's quiet existence is suddenly interrupted when a British army officer and his guide ask Hussein to escort them to a water well located across the old pilgrimage route to Mecca. So as to not dishonor his recently deceased father, Hussein agrees to lead them on the long and treacherous journey. The young, mischievous Thebe secretly chases after his brother, but the group soon finds themselves trapped amidst threatening terrain, riddled with Ottoman mercenaries, Arab revolutionaries, and outcast Bedouin raiders. Naji Abu Nuwar's powerful and selfish and assured directorial debut set in the land of Lawrence of Arabia is a wondrous Bedouin western about a boy who, in order to survive, must become a man and live up to the name his father gave him. Commentary and a short. Neat. Looks good to me. Jordan, Qatar, Switzerland, United Arab Emirates, and the UK. I would like to see this. Okay, we're getting there. And then, do you need me to show you the variants? I mean, I guess we'll check on the sales numbers for them. But, yeah. Yeah, I feel like... I don't know. They already kind of struggle to move units of this stuff. Seems like these didn't pop off. 3 by... Oh, Jesus. Wojcik? J. Haas? Sorry. So I was like wondering why they were all going out of print, and I was like, I had a feeling that I shouldn't buy the Hourglass Sanatorium, and now I know why. And now I don't need to. I'll probably sell my copy of the Saragossa manuscript. I have the slipcover too, so I don't know. Hit me up if that's something you're trying to get. But this is a re-release. To a Land Unknown, Watermelon Pictures, shout out. Let's go. I would like to grab this at some point. 500 units, designed by Sinika Paudi. Two Palestinian cousins hustle their way through the underbelly of Athens, dreaming of making it to Germany, but as their hardship grows, so too does their desperation, testing the limits of what they will do for freedom. 4 short films. Very cool. I'm surprised this didn't play near me, or if it did, I missed it. Radiance is releasing a 4K of Hourglass. Ooh, okay. You think they'll do the rest? Probably, I would guess, to compete. Yeah. Excuse me. Yeah, I need to check this out. On the Letterboxd video store. How much? $4? Not bad. That poster is also better, so let me change it. Much better. Tornado IFC 4K. Pretty good artwork. Not moving as many units as you probably would want, but doing pretty okay. Robert Samelin. In her father's puppet samurai show is ambushed by a notorious gang. Tornado vows to seek vengeance and forge her own destiny by stealing the gang's ill-gotten gold. Neat. Check this out. Oh, you know what? I actually remember this playing, and I wasn't so sure about it. Yeah, man, I don't know about a fucking white guy making this kind of movie. Feels a little weird. Maybe that's just me being too woke or whatever. The reviews were incredibly underwhelmed for Tornado. Yeah, I kind of saw the same thing. I mean, this artwork is crazy, though. I would like to at least see this, I think. Undine? Is that like throwing up? You undine? I like this artwork. Which sucks because I want to see a female Japanese puppeteer going samurai and old Western villains, including Tim Roth. I mean, yeah, the premise sounds good. It just seems slightly questionable to me. Um, I thought this was someone else. Christian Petzold boldly reimagines the ancient myth of Un. I must be mispronouncing this. And this suspenseful tale of romance and betrayal in modern day Berlin. Audio commentary with a bunch of people. Neat. Let me look this up. Oh, how many did they sell? 500. Stephanie Monahan, shout out. Paula Beer? Your name is Beer? Hell yeah, dude. Pretty popular film. German, French. Bro got hella movies. Oh, this is a Janice release. I don't know this one. Though I like her hair. Apparently, bro makes good movies. Huh. Interesting. Okay. Anyway, this looks good. I'm a little surprised they only did 500 of this. And I really like this artwork. It's kind of a bummer that it sold out, but what can you do? How do you blow this premise? Violator. This one sold out hella fast, and I don't know why. I mean, this artist is really good, but I think I looked it up and the movie looks bad. And her sister vanishes without a trace. Urino follows the only clue left behind. Hold on. My neck is not happy with me. Okay. Cryptic website linked to an abandoned apartment and a rumored destination for those seeking to end their lives. Her search leads her deep into a remote mountain village, a place that doesn't appear on any map and doesn't want to be found. Village is home to a disturbing community of outsiders drawn there by despair and to the locals who claim to save them. Their twisted doctrine is simple. Suicide is forbidden, but death is not. Excuse me. Those who arrive hoping to die are instead hunted, butchered, and sacrificed in acts of violence so grotesque they defy belief. Well, that sounds fun. Sadistic killers and inhuman rituals. Directed by Junichi Yamamoto. At least it's not a white director this time. Jesus Christ. Vision of a cult filmmaker working on the outer edges of Japanese horror, known for a run of underground exploitation features, blends taboo subject matter, surreal imagery, and extreme violence into confrontational genre cinema that rejects convention, securing its status as a bold, divisive voice in modern J horror. This actually does sound pretty good, and I think I understand why it sold out so fast. Let's look it up. That slip probably sold most of those copies. What's the name of this artist? He does some banger stuff. Yeah, it's really good. Wes Ben Scooter, yeah. Violator. My favorite Depeche Mode album. Yeah, pretty obscure stuff. It looks cool to me, though. This sounds like a good to-be watch to me. Maybe it's got some really fucked up stuff going on. Probably go for this artwork. Just because it doesn't have weird logos on it. Yeah, it looks pretty good. Voices of Desire plus Fly Now, Pay Later. Shout out Agfa. I actually like this artwork better. This looks awesome already. I don't know what it is, but it looks great. Before starring in Wes Craven's The Last House on the Left. Violator and Black Celebration for me. Black Celebration is a close second. They're both 10s, but yes, Violator is my favorite. I have a Black Celebration shirt, and I've thought about getting a Violator tattoo. Although, my fucking... Hold on. My hand tattoos are inspired by the Violator album cover. They're not exactly the same, but they're inspired by it. Chuck Vincent. Oh, nice. Surreal, supernatural, erotic horror hybrid and debut feature film from exploitation auteur Chuck Vincent, filmed in and around Manhattan. The story follows Anna as she attempts to escape the hauntings of a ghoulish sex cult. Oh, maybe I should order this, actually. I think this would be good to review. Sublime convergence of art house style and grindhouse thrills. Hallucinations continue with Fly Now Pay Later, a drugged out blast of sex horror delirium that was made by anonymous maniacs in New York's Greenwich Village. Very cool. Shout out Casey Scott, friend of the show, friend of me driving Miss Daisy crazy. Booklet with Gentry Austin, shout out. Yes, I actually think I should order this. TBH. That seems like a thing I should do. Which one do I get, though? I mean, I might as well get the slip, right? But I kind of like the standard. I think it looks good. Yeah, it sounds awesome. If I ever get a band tattoo, it'll be the Napalm Death music note with a slash through it. You should do it. That's an easy one, too. That's a space filler, you know? That's a Friday the 13th sort of like Flash sort of thing, you know? And I did order this one, and I will be reviewing it. I am shocked they printed 2,000 of these, but what can you do? I think I can show this. 13 and Jesus fucking Christ. Okay, yes, if you're unfamiliar with John C. Holmes, this is a porn actor who has the biggest dick I've ever seen in my life. I mean, it is astounding. Before Dirk Diggler, there was John C. Holmes. Who is Dirk Diggler? Does he have an even bigger one? Hold on. I should not look this up on stream, as in, like, I mean, I'm going to look it up right now, but I shouldn't be sharing my screen while I do that. Oh. I understand. This is, Boogie Nights. I think, I shouldn't say, oh, it's going to be in the podcast anyway. Maybe my biggest blind spot, given the nature of the films that I review and the work that I do, is that I haven't seen Boogie Nights, which is kind of crazy, right? I mean, I should. It's never like, I don't know. I haven't had like a specific reason to watch it, and it's not something I watched when I was younger or whatever. So, but yes, I should watch it. I know. Yes, really, I know it's fucked up. John C. Holmes, a legendary adult actor who turned Johnny Wad into a franchise and himself into a myth. Wad, the life and times of John C. Holmes, plunges into the heady 70s and 80s LA porn scene. The nonstop sex, the coke-fueled nights, the seedy characters in the fatal orbit of club kingpin Eddie Nash that culminated in the Wonderland murders. Also, in so many of John Holmes' performances, you can tell he's just not doing well. Okay. Yes, because there are shots where you're like, holy fucking shit, this dude has the biggest dick of all time. And then there are times you're like, is it actually that big? And it's because he's not super into it. Or he's not really all there. Narrated, documentary pairs rare film clips and never before aired crime scene footage with candid testimony from the people who knew him best, featuring rare interviews with his wives and mistress. Adult industry titans Larry Flynn and Ron Jeremy and filmmaker Paul Thomas Anderson. Wad is essential viewing for audiences captivated by the rise and fall of one of porn's most legendary figures. I guess I should probably watch Boogie Nights before I watch this to have some, because it seems to be in conversation with that to some extent. Oh boy, and that's it. We did it. We did it, gang. I have one commission to do. I'm going to try not to rush through it, even though it is late and I need to get back to the doghouse and I need to fucking eat. I'm going to do it. I'm doing this for you all. I'm seeing how many titles I've already ordered for the June segment. Partner label segment. And it's probably a lot, so that's not too bad. No, it's a lot of movies already. I'll save it for another time. Okay. Aha. Look at this cool thing I did. Hold on. Let me get it pulled up. Look at that. I said last time that I was going to get a Chiron going so that people would know what I'm reviewing. And I did it. It's all professional and on brand, right? Pretty cool. Thank you. We got little daggers going on. Pretty good, right? All right. Let me get this pulled up. All right, I'm glad everybody likes it. I was pretty proud of it. um all right. Thesis, 1996. Alejandro Amenabar. I could the accent tells me that it's pronounced Amenabar, but I cannot it has to be Amenabar, right? Like that's such an awkward way to say it. Anyway, whatever. My name is Angela, they're going to kill me. Or Angela, I guess. While working on a thesis about audiovisual violence, film student Angela finds a snuff video where a girl is tortured until death. Tortured to death is probably how you would say that. Soon she discovers that she was a former student in her university and that the authors of the video are not very far either. This is a ripper, dude. This is a barn burner. Where is the TB Kane? Shout out to you for commissioning this. Shouting you back out again. I'll get to feng shui soon. That's actually an example of one where it is on a YouTube channel that uploads a ton of Filipino movies, but not the subtitles, so I have to just like rent it on Amazon. Thesis is such a crazy ride from start to end. Boy, bro, it sure is. I still need to see this. It's in my cart for an order from Umbrella I'm making that I haven't pulled the trigger on. I didn't realize that Umbrella put it out, but you should because this movie is awesome. It's so good. Yeah, so I think this would make an excellent double feature with, let's say, Red Rooms. I think that would make for a great double feature. Or any of Hisayasu Sato's movies. Any of those would be good too. Like this one maybe isn't as nasty as the thesis, or not the thesis, the premise would have you believe, I suppose. But I mean, there's some nasty shit in here. Like I am, let's say, very fascinated by the idea of snuff films or extreme like visuals, and the extremes of the human experience is oh really, Severin is supposed to be releasing it. It was announced like 2 years ago. Huh, this feels like a Criterion movie to me, but I think it works for Severin too. Like that makes sense. It's just a little bit it's playing in the waters of sleaze without itself actually being that sleazy, right? But yeah, this is a fucking it goes all over the place. Like it actually gets somewhat exhausting by the end of it. There are so many twists and turns where you're kind of like, okay, like it kind of defies the like sort of traditional structure where like you think it's gonna end like 6 times and it just keeps going. But the performances are so good. Can I just say, this guy, Fele Martinez, he plays what's his name? Kema? Is that his name? I think. the guy that she shows the snuff video to, and they like team up or whatever. I liked his character a lot. He's a fucking weird guy. I see a lot of myself in him. I'm just gonna say that he's very autistic and egg coded. That's all I'm gonna say. Is that I see it. I see that in him, and I think that she can find herself. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. It's been a minute since I saw this. I got caught up in other stuff, so I'm trying to think. I remember it quite well, honestly. And I love the performances, and I love the script. I love the way it's shot. I love the way suspense is built throughout. Like, it's such a good movie. Just like as an entertaining, like, sort of popcorn movie that also deals with some interesting ideas and is a little bit more subversive. I think that it's a really good one that I could kind of recommend to what am I trying to say? I got a text that is distracting me. uh I just learned about an event that happened that I am so mad that I didn't know happened and I missed. I'm fucking pissed off about it, all right? Hey Brendan, what's good? Uh I don't know. I'm trying to remember what I thought that this was doing thematically that I thought was really interesting, but I just in general like I'm going to be doing a podcast about Faces of Death with on a Girls Guts and Jallow soon. And like we did a Patreon episode. Also, yeah, join the Patreon if you want to hear this episode, or you just buy it if you want. But me and Annie had a discussion about the new Faces of Death, and it kind of turned into, because even though I like the film, it's not that interesting. So it kind of turned into a discussion more about how like violence and violent images have kind of so permeated our like general subconscious, but also just like it's omnipresent is what I'm trying to say, right? Like you can't fucking go anywhere these days without seeing some real violent shit, especially not on the internet, right? So I think that this is sort of a precursor to that. It's definitely ahead of its time a little bit. Like, yeah, I don't know. I just really think that Red Rooms would be a great film to watch after this. To be honest, I think that would be a really interesting sort of a snuff film double feature, so to speak, right? I think Red Rooms is better. I think about that movie all the time, and it's probably one of my favorites at this point, but shit, this was awesome. So, yeah, okay. I think I'm going to call it there. Thank you for the commission. Thank you for getting me to watch this. Thank you all for hanging out with me. This was a lot of fun. Let's run that shit back. Shout out Sasha. And shout out Chuck. I'll get to these ASAP. I appreciate it. Excuse me. I should be back next week. Same time. Hopefully. That probably would make sense. All right. All right, I need to go eat. Shout out everybody. I love you all. And thanks for hanging out. Remember that Satan loves all of their children, and happy Pride is the first stream of Pride. All right, so if you're not, everybody get gayer right now. All right, wherever you're at, you need to pump that up. You need to get higher on that and that scale. You know what I'm saying? Do something gay. All right. Okay. All right. Bye.